Hello guys, welcome to another session of The Letter. So, in the last episode, we basically started out our chapter with Rebecca. So Rebecca, as we know, that she is a school teacher who basically does stuff with the gang, like with Isabella, Zachary, Ashton, you know, that good old classic friends of four type of scenario. So, we're seeing her basically in the bargain, she basically has the huge obsession about her long-time friendship she could have asked out like a long time ago, but I don't know what's up with that part of the story, but we might find out with due time. But as a interesting note, when we have after our democratic process of choosing how we go about with Isabella, we end up being telling her about her feelings about like why she's so frustrated with everything, and I pretty much put Isabella to kind of to a shut up moment. So through like a quiet ride back to, I assume back to their apartment place after the movie night, you're visited by the spirit who is just basically riding at the back seat, like Rebecca Black from Friday. And yeah, so the ghost spook was so bad that they almost got into a car accident. And so that's where we're going to continue where we left off. Ba-da-boom. Okay, I think we already see this. Have we? I'll just reread that just in case. With how empty it is, I'm beginning to doubt it. Stupid flu again. Rebecca last time.
Oh, sorry. I was muted still. Okay, I guess I'm still Rebecca? Yeah?
Unless somebody else wants to take over.
I mean, I don't mind it.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay, I needed a long rest after this.
Hands fall uselessly to my side. Numb from the taunt of my grip on the wheel has gone. It's still trembling from the unexpected rush of adrenaline. Against my ears, my heart still pounds with erratic rhythm. My breathing hasn't slowed down. The world has already righted itself without waiting for me, and little by little, second after second, I sit here motionless. Color began to seep back around me. Along with it are the sounds and a voice, no longer the insistent ringing it was earlier. Oh, there.
Rebecca? Becca, are you okay?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ash. You sound like you're a little far away, or I'm not sure that's...
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Rebecca? Becca, are you okay?
Okay, there we go. Just have to get my end. Continue.
Answer me, will you? Scaring me. You know what? I think we should just call taxi.
Can you keep it down?
Strained, harsh, and completely unintentional. With the hard pricking at the back of my eyes and that mild throbbing at my temple, I could honestly do with little silence for now. Uh-oh.
Keep
Oh, she mad?
He almost crashed, Becca.
I know what happened. It was a lapse. I'm sorry.
A lapse. Call that. Becca, I really don't want to end up a mangled mess inside of the room. Or a mangled mess anyway. All I'm asking, if the time of her coming, I hope isn't right now, is a peaceful death. Give that one, please. Not that I'm for it, please.
I kind of noticed you're kind of cutting in and out. Not sure if you have like a mic sensitivity set up or something.
Not really. I'm on my tablet again.
Okay, no, you're fine. I just wanted to be sure.
Belle, you're overreacting. If you're so worried, why don't you drive?
I have a license?
That's called illegal.
I keep telling you to get one, didn't I? For the past 5 years?
5 years? You don't have a driver license?
She doesn't have
Do
money.
you see why now?
I wasn't really expecting to stay here this long. I thought it'd just be for a year or two.
All of a sudden, a pensive mood comes over her. Isabella looks away then, while the left of my little lecture never crossed the tip of my tongue. I don't allow it to, because in each of those words she lets loose earlier in small truths. Her stay has always meant to be something fleeting. Earn some good money, go home, is what she tells herself during her first year here. Now, half a decade later, I'm not sure if she still believes that. But I'm not sure if I still believe it. But if there's something in her reasons that has changed along the way, even if I already have a hunch, is one thing I've never bothered to ask. Those are hers to keep.
I'll be careful this time, I promise. Just please. Can we give this whole thing a rest for now?
She nods, and that is the end of it. Spend the rest of our trip back to Samwell in silence. All thoughts of an overreactive imagination playing tricks on the adult mind. And smiles that never meant for my eyes. Abandoned. If only for a brief moment. Ellipses. Now we on a Tuesday. Begins innocently enough. The morning arrives like any other day before it, bright and clear. It comes in with an extra helping of the unusual October weather. I appreciate being able to catch a glimpse of the clear skies lately. After going through a bout of sickness last week, it does something to lift the mood, but it would otherwise be a dreary morning. Despite it's mostly a creature of habit, I wind up waking earlier than you because still no earlier than Isabella, it appears. I've assumed she had taken a day or two off because of what happened to Miss Cooper, but it doesn't seem to be the case. It sounds as the morning news drifts from her unit, and when I walk past my way to the mailbox, chances are, around this hour, she's already dressed and ready to go, probably just waiting for the next bus to arrive. Tried following her example before, but I don't think I'll be repeating that.
Really? How can anyone be up before the sun is up?
Is a habit she had got from home, she said, instilled in her by the kind of lifestyle she grew up in. Like clockwork, it's always at 4 a.m. Damn, that is pretty early. Either to help with the chores or prepare for her little siblings for school. Surprised me the first time, she just didn't look like someone who could. At the end, I simply passed it off as one of the many things anyone will have to get used to around her. Not that I fully understand. My parents' only child, we aren't well off, but so far I've lived a relatively easy life. I didn't think about the bills or food for the next day or paying for any siblings' tuition on top of my own or supporting a sick father's medication. I won't have to worry about where my grades. If it had to gain mom and dad's approval, or would it be having for dinner? We put next to hers. They're all pale in comparison. They look less like problems and more like petty issues this way.
Ha! Pity issues.
As unimportant as it all sounds, sometimes the ugly head rears at the most inappropriate moments. Sometimes they come through your mailbox in a fancy-looking letter, ribbons and all. Whoever sent this, whoever has this has sent silly money on the envelope alone. Urging and ridiculous, really.
Ouch, I feel judged.
I can already imagine Isabella wrinkling her nose when she sees this, and she'll complain about unnecessary, expensive, and rich people problems. Almost afraid of touching myself. It's simply brushing a hand against the crisp surface will be enough to put a crease on it. It'll be a terrible sight to the sender. But it's extravagant as I find this. It isn't really the first time I received one. Most of the time, it's not even for me, so who am I to complain? Either way, no look of surprise crosses my face once I flip the envelope over to see my parents' names written on the nearest script.
Nothing new then.
10 years in the academe, did I say? Naturally, brought
Oh, if I know.
academe.
Yeah.
Okay, Naturally brought with its various connections people from other fields, arts, science, business, politics, you name it. This one, though, gives off a small personal vibe. Letters like this one usually comes from old students, people who've grown fond of my parents, and they, in turn, treat like children on their own. He only met a few of them. Most of them moved to become successful in their chosen careers, and little letters like this are the way of their expressing gratitude. One thing Mom and Dad are proud of, rightfully so, and I'm happy for them. But there are times. There are times I wish they'll remember they have a daughter here. Real one. Wait, what?
Hold up.
What? Anyways, not that it's any importance now. It's not like they didn't raise me well or provided for me. They did. I wouldn't be here if I weren't for their hard work. Like a dutiful child, I do everything I can do to give back. And a small thing is letting them know they got another mail waiting for them. The phone rings for a good minute before someone answers. Mum. Voice as warm as I remember. Okay.
Becca.
There you go.
Hi, Mom. How's the conference going?
Well enough. Until your dad sprained his ankle on flat ground.
Oh no. Is it bad?
Oh, my ankle. Ah, I'm all right. In case anyone in this family cares to listen, I'm all right. Very much alive, darling.
There you have it. He'll be up and walking in a few weeks. Don't worry. We're going to have to extend our stay here until it heals, though. Is something the matter?
Nothing big. Just that this meal arrived for you this morning.
A lie. Thankfully, she doesn't notice. Although, if I'm going to be honest, a small part of me yearns for her to do so. And ask me about it. But I put down the idea almost as soon as it surfaces. I shouldn't make them fret. They're busy.
Hmm? What does it say?
Raise your glasses. Give cheers to the good times. Blah, blah.
Becca, manners. That isn't how I taught you to read.
Sorry. You are cordially... Ah, it's an invitation, Mum, for a housewarming party. From, Hannah?
The name rings a bell, though at the moment I can't recall when or where I've heard it. Silly. Must be nothing too important. I didn't bother committing it to memory. There are a lot of Hanas in the world, so who knows?
Hannah.
She also wrote you a note, Mum. It says you used to be her private tutor at the Evans Mansion. And that she misses you and would love to see you two again.
Makes my heart clench and to read another openly to say those words to them. Same ones I want to tell them. I want to see you too. Been years since we've been together as a family. If there's one thing that hasn't changed from childhood, that Mom and Dad are still busy with their respective careers. One of the contrary. Out of the country, I don't want to say that. Out of the country, away with some meeting or symposium, sometimes from months on end. It only grew more frequent with the years until I'm old enough to live on my own. I like to think that's how I become independent at such an early age. They always praise me for that. At times, wish they didn't.
Evans? I remember now. Honey, it's Hannah. Hannah Evans. Remember? Bright girl. 2 years older than Becca.
Ah, didn't she get married a few years ago? 7 now, I think. But they grow up so fast, these kids.
Yeah, she invited us to that to Fonte Medici. We missed that one because you had to present your paper in Singapore.
We did send her a note after. Still a shame we couldn't attend, though. What is it about this time?
She sent another invite for a housewarming party. Becca, when is it?
This Friday, Mum.
With short notice. Oh, that's too bad. We'd love to be there, but Dad's not in a condition to go walking around with the broken ankle. Guess we'll have to decline again. Really missed that girl.
I could go in your place.
Are you sure it's not haunted?
I let it slip without thinking.
No, not at all.
I mean,
You'd have to sprain your ankle first.
well, personally, I had never been fond of gatherings, regardless of how simple people make it seem. But there's one thing I hated hearing. That disappointed note in Mum's voice always ranks first. Whether it's directed at me or some other thing, doesn't matter.
Are you sure? Don't you have to work this Friday? Teaching the children's.
The event will be in the evening, Mum. It shouldn't take anything away from my schedule. It's alright. The invite's for 2 people. I can bring someone with me so things don't get boring.
I see. Maybe you can invite your eternal crush, Aston.
Mom, that's a sure no from him. He hates attending parties.
Maybe you'll have a chance even though it's been 17 years.
This might be a one shot.
But don't count on it.
But I'll see what I can do.
Look at that tsundere blush.
If not, I can always bring Isabella with me. You know her. She won't say no if there's food involved.
Okay. If it's not going to be a problem with you, I don't see why not. We owe you this one, darling.
No problem, Mum. I'll even say hi to Hannah for you.
Please do, and let her know we'd love to see her once we're back in the city. Leave her our number or something.
I will.
But you know, the 2 of you would have become really good friends. You should befriend her. Join her harem. No. Don't you remember? You met her once, if my memory serves me right. You were 12 then.
This too, I can't recall. Probably one of those meetings where we only talk a bit before going our ways. If she did leave an impression, I'm pretty sure I would have written about it somewhere, or at least recognized her name. As it is, the only few people I remember clearly from that time in my life is Ashton and Mandy.
Fucking Mandy.
To some extent. Mom must have sensed my confusion because she laughs.
Don't push yourself too hard, darling. Really, it felt like having 2 daughters back then. Sometimes I wish they didn't send her away to boarding school, but, well, you know how it often goes with them. Still, try talking to her while you're there, make friends, influence people.
We'll see. I'll let you know what happens after.
I'm looking forward to it, darling. Take care of yourself.
Will do. You too, Mum. Bye. Tell Daddy to be careful next time.
I'm still in incredible pain.
Oh no.
Hey, what was the name of the the girl crush? She looks like Hannah. She was Marianne's
Oh,
first
from the mirror?
girlfriend.
Oh, you mean Marianne? I think it was hold on.
Lorraine?
Lorraine.
yeah.
She's
Yeah,
Lorraine.
Lorraine.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Amanda for some reason.
Nah,
No, it's Lorraine.
nah,
Never mind.
No. We can't intersect with Yuri content that many times because I don't wanna.
I mean, there has been a lot of crossover in their lives.
True.
Right,
I would
yeah,
be
that's what I
shocked to
thought
see
it.
how she knows Luke or something.
Possibly. But other than that, a hearty one, tender and always light in my ears. May be a stern teacher, but this is the part of her I love the most. The sound of it still echoes even as our call comes to an abrupt end, bringing it with a memory from so many years ago. When life and responsibilities that accompany adulthood are things far from our minds. Given the chance, I love to go back to those. I don't dwell on it though, shaking it away almost as soon as the memory forms a clear picture in my head. Always wonder how Isabella can easily pretend everything's normal over a phone call, then bounce back to her usual self immediately after. I've seen her do it plenty of times. Me, it just drains whatever energy I have. With a whole day of teaching still ahead of me, I can't afford to look exhausted in front of my students. Even for a wee bit, it's never been a good example to set. So, with another sigh, I put everything back in my mind, tread back to my room. The rest of my days waits. Man, can't even afford her interior for her apartment room.
Oof.
Alright, ellipses. 15 minutes later, I'm headed back out, dressed for the day, my car keys in hand. Ordinarily, I don't stop for anything. There's never a need to. But there's a beauty of this apartment complex. It's quiet and almost keeps everything keeps to themselves. No useless platitudes in the morning, no need to wear a smile on your face, lest other people are noisy enough to ask. Today, however, morning broadcast still plays from Isabella's room. Brisk pace slows to a stop, and a frown gradually forms in my face.
She hasn't left?
Of course, this isn't unusual. There are times I left no matter than she did, like last Friday before their open house. Those days were few and far between. It only happened wait, what? In the
Iris?
okay,
Yeah,
dire circumstances.
dire.
Alright, dire circumstances, though the last part of it might have been a bit of an exaggeration. However, with that happened in the last few days, maybe today's one. The death of a friend isn't something anyone can brush off, and for someone like Isabella is a guy who gets attached to people easily. Zachary, Ashton, and I, that has been the case. Can't imagine what she might be going through right now, especially when the woman is someone she owed a lot, despite their training being brief.
Y'all ever played Doki Doki?
Yes.
Being a little nervous.
Nah, don't worry. It's none of that.
Okay.
I've given her I had given her space last night. Difference. But anyways, perhaps
Deference?
it is difference. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, but perhaps today might have been the proper time to check on her.
Oh, whatever. I've still got time anyway.
The light steps, I move closer to her door and already posed to knock. Still, I just don't do it so until I hear her answer me.
Isabella? Belle? Are you in there?
No answer. After a second, I finally knock lightly, so I don't disturb her. Guess she's sleeping and has merely left the telly running last night. Never mind how she never lets that happen. Ever. Waste of electricity, you know.
I just want to check on you before I leave. Is that okay? Are you going to work today? Belle?
Still nothing.
I'm about to leave if you want. I can drop you off.
Another round
I'm
of
not getting in a car with you again.
She is pretty pissed about that.
I wouldn't either.
Maybe that's what's up.
Alright. Then I'm fishing out a copy of her key from my bag and unlocking the door.
It's kind of like
That seems really invasive.
yeah, that seems really invasive. Like unless you think she's dying.
Well, considering this is a supernatural thing, this is appropriate. But she lent it years ago, after I complained about the times and offered my help in cleaning up. Though the gesture was completely unnecessary back then, after all, I could always knock. But she never did bother taking them from me, always returning it or turning away from the conversation whenever I insist. At one point, I simply stopped trying to hand it back to her.
Isabella, I'm coming in, alright?
It'd really be bad if she was like making out with Ashton or something inside.
Oh,
Like,
God.
oh boy, let the heartbreak begin. Just kidding. Without waiting for her answer, I push the door open and step inside. Her unit's still a mess. Instant noodle cups on the table, a pile of clothes on one side, and paper strewn about everywhere, and an unkempt bed, amongst other things. This as much as a given, will always be a given. I have been here several times already, and I still wonder how she still function like a human being in this place in this state. However, that's neither here nor there. I'm not sure what I'm expecting, but it is certainly not finding an empty flight. Granted, she could have left earlier, far earlier than usual. But she never leaves without making sure she's unplugged everything, and that's something she doesn't forget to do. Oh, excuse me, I just burped. Right. Oh. Okay, never mind. It doesn't help from her bathroom appears unused this morning. Another habit, and it can only mean she hasn't been here since. Last night? Perhaps. Even since the morning after Miss Cooper's death. Either idea doesn't sit well with me, and what the news has been hearing lately. Who wants to be reporter man?
The authorities are still trying to find the cause of death for all the victims. Early investigation revealed most of them were employed under Briar Realty Corporation at the time of death. Meanwhile, BRC has refused to comment on this.
Was there a school shooter?
Oh god, that's be hardcore. Alright, gathering my website, immediately place a call to her mobile. It rings for a good minute and a sound of comfort in itself, but then another minute rolls by without her answering. Well, I'm not a woman prone to panicking, sudden bouts of temper, and my god, just for this moment. Sudden bouts of temper, maybe I've never panicked, despite how I may sound when speaking. And when it ultimately goes straight to her voicemail, a sigh is the only thing I let out. Well, it doesn't last long enough, though. The next moment, my fingers are already moving across the screen in search of two people who might be able to help. It's action numbers I find first and dial. Let's call her husbando.
Damn it, Becky.
Call it a habit, but even Isabella thinks he's dependable and the situation calls for it, despite how much they give each other grief. That always says a lot about him. There's Zachary, but around this hour he's probably still sleeping. If he has freelance work, it's very likely he just got himself in bed. He's the last person I want to bother, if anything. Wait doesn't take long. Soon, a click, then ashen voice echoes to the receiver, rough and still heavy with sleep. Never did grow fond of mornings. Alright, who wants to be this Ashton boy?
I can do it.
Alright,
That's good.
go ahead.
Becca, Christ, what time is it? What's up?
Not to you, apparently.
Haha, good one. Look, did you call this early just to make that joke? I'm going back to sleep.
No, Ash, hold on. This is important.
Becca, stakeout. Last night. Make this quick. I've still got a few hours before the chief bothers me.
Sorry, I'll let you go to sleep. Back to sleep just after. It's just that. Wait, you want to stake out last night?
Did I say that? I meant I went to the steak house.
Yes, I went to
I got a steak.
the Outback Steakhouse, you know.
Outback,
It's like, yeah, we're not even America that sells false Australian food, you know? Or Australian style food.
England.
Yeah.
It's the English ripoff of the American ripoff.
Mm-hmm.
Forget I said that. Forget everything. Forget that I'm here. Forget this conversation.
Just forget.
So you have no idea?
I forgot about what. Also, I have no idea why we're talking so early in the morning. So there's that.
No, will you stop sleep talking or whatever for a second? Belle didn't come home last night. She's gone.
Who? I forget.
Isabella.
Oh, sorry. Instead of an answer, a brief pause comes after, followed by something blood and heavy hitting a hard surface and a string of rather colorful curses from him. The moment might have been one of those many things I've kept to myself and remember fondly in the next few days. Things aren't all the way they are. When he picks it up again, there's no trace of sleep left in his voice.
Okay, say that again from the top.
Did you just smack his head against something to wake himself up?
Smack my head into the wall.
Yeah, just a good old basic concussion. You know, it's a good way to jumpstart the brain.
Oh, naturally. Isabella's gone, Ash. She didn't come home last night. Her flat's empty. She left her telly running. You know she doesn't do that, and...
Okay, Becca, stop. Calm down. Calm down. Just okay. You're starting to panic here.
I'm not.
Look, you are definitely not me. Okay, breathe.
It's like he's
Okay.
the one panicking.
Look, one person's not going to simply disappear like that. This is Isabella we're talking about. Did you try calling her?
Duh.
What do you think is the first thing I did, you blooming onion motherfucker? She's not picking up. It went to her voicemail.
Oh shoot. How about Zach? Did you check with him?
Not yet. I didn't want to bother him. You know he has trouble sleeping and all that.
All right. I'll go ask Zach. I'll call you back.
No, wait!
And the end calls before I utter a single word of protest. As Bando failed, Alright, well, we're packing up, boys. But for the first time since entering this room, the tension is gone from my shoulders, and my breathing has eased. Bed creaks as I sit on it with a sigh, and the telly still bears the name and interesting news, and I'm surrounded by clutter. All the same, it feels strangely calm to be here without worry nagging at me. I have to apologize to Zachary later for sending Ashton his way this early, but for now, relying on the latter for this isn't the wrong choice. It never will be.
I'm glad the game told us that we didn't make the wrong choice yet.
That's something I'll ever doubt in him, much like his promise. True to his words, he calls back only a few minutes after the last one has ended.
Okay, she's with Zach.
Oh, I am so glad to hear that. She could have at least sent a message last night.
What are you? Her mother?
It's one thing that... It's one thing to hear of that from Isabella, but from Ashton?
I don't want to hear anything like that from you.
I'm serious. You gotta stop treating her like she's one of your students, Becca. You don't have to keep tabs on her every time. Last I checked, she's only 3 years younger than the two of us. That's almost a decade gap from those kids you're teaching, you know?
Says the person who keeps calling her scaredy cat.
That's not related at all. That's professional. Anyway, I'll go check on how she's doing. Don't stress yourself out. You know, you go ahead to her.
Wait, you? Don't you have a precinct to be at? Whatever happened to not treating her like one of my students? Because if anyone's going to ask me, I think you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, Zach. Yeah, right there, buddy. Okay, he said it's an emergency. Something happened last night, so gotta go.
Emergency?
He didn't put it in those exact same words, but I could tell it sounded like it.
Ash, what really happened? Is Isabella fine?
Look, they just spent the night together. Okay, don't worry. She's all right. She's safe. You know, Zach let her stay the night after. Anyway, look, okay, Z-Man wasn't clear about details, but let me handle this. I'll check on her and I'll bring her home.
It sounds like a lie if I ever heard one. The sort where he omits things so people wouldn't fret. And I'm not sure either whether I should be happy or he cares that much to do that. Shouldn't be a need for this between us, is there? We grew up together, didn't we? He knows I'm capable of at least hearing out the truth without it gnawing at me. For the rest of the day, he knows me better than that. I know him better than that. Frankly, there've been plenty of other things to say about this. But despite after and all the trouble you went through, with how things were moving at the moment, only one thought occurs to me. What should I say?
Okay.
Ugh.
Let's think action is.
He's a guy, he appreciates the truth.
I like how we're like still on the phone, like the
While we're
it's, like,
pondering
still-
it.
just on
It's
hold.
like 24. It's like din, 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 din. You know.
Don't worry, we'll get back to it. That's a
You know,
hard
like,
choice though.
apology is best.
I don't think she has anything to be sorry for, though. She was legitimately worried about Isabella and, like, called for help.
So first option.
I feel like saying I can handle it is dismissive.
Hmm.
Or do you want us be submissive to apology?
Sorry seems more like. I mean, that's just my personality. I feel like you apologize. You did call him really early in the morning, and it didn't end up being an emergency.
But if it had been an emergency and we hadn't called him, I think he'd be more offended. Like, it's better to just check just in case, you know? I don't know. I don't.
I kind of get the feeling that Ashton's the type who wants you to kind of respect his boundaries. So it
That's
sounds like he's
true,
trying to like end the call, and I think we should probably our best bet is to take the hint and just say like, sorry for calling you so early.
That's true. I just don't like either option. But between the two, I guess apologizing does make more sense.
All right, 3 for 3, 0 for 3. Anybody else in disagreement?
I'll go with apologizing. I kind of feel like her personality is more that she would go with the first option.
All right,
It's kinda
well,
antagonistic towards him, but I don't mind going with this.
that's 4 votes, so that puts us in the majority. So this is projected winner. Democracy has spoken. Man, we didn't have anything spicy. I'm disappointed in y'all. But anyways, sorry for the trouble. Oh, hold on, I missed that little satisfying sound.
Is he rapping again?
That'd be hilarious.
Does he just like you're taking too long with the decision, and then he just starts bursting out and rap?
That was so terrible.
Pretty fly for an
Can
Asian
we see
guy.
how our relationships did with it?
Well, let's
Oh,
find
yeah,
out
I'm
how it
curious.
goes.
Has it already been affected?
I recognize his concern for what it is. It's not new for him to go out of his way for us, and to be honest, this is what I loved about him. As much I would have loved to take off his hands, it'd only be selfish of me to insist, considering he knows of my other commitments. To do so feels like I'd be trampling on that kindness he seldom offers to anyone.
Sounds like mental gymnastics, but okay. Sorry for putting you up to this.
Don't mention it. You just had me on hold here for 5 minutes. You got other things to worry about. So. Yeah, take care of those first.
Just imagine, like, what we're deciding is like, are you gonna answer? All right, I'll just wait till you.
This is a small thing.
I still owe you one.
Oh, I can name a few things you can do about that. There's this ice cream shop that opened near the movie house. Yeah, I could use a mint chocolate.
Okay, let's stop right there. That's enough. On second thought, maybe I'll just think about it some other time.
Oh, the ice cream. Oh,
Ah, yeah, the laughter. Both laugh and the sounds lighter and more comfortable. Like the old days when the Waywords at 26 is at the bottom of the list we worry about. This is how we found a common ground. Not we agree on a lot of things. We may see things the way the other does, but give and take, it's something we've learned to get used to over the years. Whenever it's like this, confidence in him is the least I can offer as thanks.
Really? Thanks for this, Ash.
I'll let you know what happens afterwards. I promise. I'll call you later. You have a good day. Bye.
I admit, the way he puts it isn't comfortably, though. can't be blunt like that. So many unknown variables, so many words left unsaid. I wish he had simply laid them out in the open, because like this, I'm more inclined to think there's an exaggeration on the other's part. It is from Zachary or Ashton, I don't know. In the end, all I can do is wait, go about my day, and hope for the best. Before leaving, I spare Isabella's room one last glance, disturbingly quiet, and now it isn't her in it. I'll get an answer from her later. Now, my concerns are best left here. Alright, let's see how that go. Yay!
Okay. So we're back to where we started.
Pretty much. That's good. Alright, other than that, the rest of the day slips away in blur. Despite my best efforts in keeping this morning events from surfacing in my mind, it sticks. In a way, everything today simply feels like a reminder. Every conversation, regardless of how casual, every topic, no matter how mundane it seems. Blame the news entirely for this. Recent happenings brought quite a few interesting stories to everyone's attention, mostly superstitious talk about death. But when the locals talk about death here, anyone can be assured as hell to count on someone bringing up a mansion Isabella sold out a few weeks ago. Even my own students won't stop yapping about it. I think it's even worse when it was back up on the market. Now, there are more stories. This is the world reminding me of what matters, or simply because the atmosphere around this time the ears calls for it. I'd rather take the latter. At least then I can sure people will forget about the favor of another set of holidays after. Nonetheless, this way would be painful things to admit, but listening to them is a pleasant distraction while waiting for Ashton's call. I hope I didn't forget. School days is about to end soon. Who wants to be an annoying student?
Nah, that's got nothing to do with what I heard.
Oh man.
Who wants to be a lady student?
You always hear stuff. I'm not sure half of it's even real. You're so dumb.
No, really. Rowan knows about it. He used to be in the same class with them.
Who wants to be this asshole Rowan? I guess I'll do it. Like he's back here, you know.
Whatever, Rowan. You suck. Anyway, the story goes like this. There were 3 of them. They entered the mansion on a dare, and they were all never seen again. No one knows what happened to them up to this day. Scary shit, man.
Cock and bull story. Calling it now. I'm sure there's no video evidence.
No, you don't get it. Why don't you ask Miss Gales then? Better yet, why don't you go inside the place? I'm betting my allowance you can't do it.
Your 2-cent allowance?
God. Their talk immediately halts when I look up, all of them suddenly pretending to be engrossed in their current activity. Still, a word to put a stopper to this nonsense is needed. Creativity and imagination fostered by these stories is one thing, but reckless ideas should be corrected before anything potentially tragic comes from it.
Back to your worksheets, everyone. And I don't want to hear any talk of dares or going inside that mansion. It's private property now. You'd all better stay away from it before.
Killjoy.
Ah, shit! Sorry. At the noise, the whole lot of them goes silent. You can almost hear a pin drop. Look on their faces when they made a funny picture. It is irrelevant on the moment. There's a student loitering around. Somewhere's going to be in trouble.
I'll be back. If you're done, you can leave your worksheets at my desk. Keep the noise to a minimum while I'm gone, okay?
I can sense her eyes on me as I walk out the door. Muted kind of anticipation. A bit unnerving, but is a bit more agreeable than the fleeting of being watched I've been enduring these past few days. Class is still in session for most of the rooms. In a few hours, once the final bell rings, however, the place is once again filled with a busy chatter and footfalls. An everyday cycle in itself. But for the moment, I let the silence guide me, and my ears focusing on whatever sounds there are or there will be, searching for the distinct clanging of metal. A good few minutes passes, and the portion of it My steps echoes through through the halls, and another. Uh-oh. Double ellipses. I'm about to turn around when the sound of that halts my footsteps, and a little muffled and infrequent, but grows louder with each interval. The hallway devoid of people. If I don't put a stop to it soon, it stopped to disturb the other classes still going on. Looking for it doesn't take long. All to do is follow the racket, and shortly I'm standing in front of the nondescript row of unoccupied lockers. Oh boy. And from the inside, one of them is sitting in the middle and comes from noise, annoyingly disruptive how now I'm facing it. Oh, Doggo's trapped in there.
Oh.
Oh my god. Still going there. I think there's a ghost.
Like someone's pounding on the metal door from the inside, hoping to get out. Leaning forward, I try to get a glimpse through the horizontal shafts, slats of whatever's causing it. But in this light, only darkness greet me in another round of clanging. Louder than the previous one. More desperate.
Did somebody get shoved into a locker?
That'd be
That's
pretty
what I
fucked
initially
up.
thought, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I've heard stories before, but from other schools, but a few colleagues who had to deal with it once or twice. Although personally I've never encountered one myself, I can only thank heavens I haven't had one yet. But
If this is another kid, some other student stuffed in a locker?
with a huff, and I straighten up and steady it with a frown. Without delay, I reach for its handle, and at once it stops. Replaced by the muffled sound of a mobile phone ringing. I give a door a few raps before taking my attention away. A second, another. There's nothing, or no one responds. I finally avert my eyes and pull it out of my mobile. Ah, it's our boy Ashton. Ashton's voice greets me from the other end of the line.
Should we not
cheerful
help
in
the
light of
locked
his
up student
morning's
first?
matters. I don't know. It's like, hey, this is more important. It's our husbando here.
Whatever you do, don't open that door.
Or maybe because I'm expecting some grave or serious news from him. Instead, I get this.
Hey, Becca.
Well, you sound happy.
I do. I do. My voice sounds the same to me.
Sorry. There are only two things I know that could have be the reason for that tone: sweets, or he has gotten a good lead in this case. The sounds of it, I'm going to assume it's the former, since lately this case is all that's running inside his head. If there's ever to be a third one, I never heard of it yet. It can only be one of the two.
Ignore that. How's Isabella?
Drove her home a few minutes ago. I think she's sleeping now. Sorry this took a while. Z-Man gave me the old puppy eyes after we tried to leave. Had some food prepared for us, apparently. We didn't have the heart to say no.
That's all right. Is she okay now?
Ellipses, not really sure. She didn't say anything to Zach, but she mentioned a plan to take a few days off from work. It was a passing comment before I left her, so I didn't get to ask.
Must be because of Rose's death.
Could be. It doesn't seem like it from Zach's story, though. He said she was shaking when she got there.
Shaking?
Where it triggers a memory. 3 days ago, on the way home from her little, her little treat after she sold the mansion. I didn't think much of it at the time, but I won't lie, it scared me. Terrified look on her face, how she sounded when she suddenly screamed.
Becca, still there?
Yeah, I just remembered something. Sorry, don't mind me.
Look, if you can talk to her, get the story out of her, that'd be great. She wouldn't talk to Zach or me or anyone, and maybe she'll speak up if it's you.
I'll give it a go, but I can't promise anything, okay? You know how stubborn she can get. But thanks for letting me know about this. If you want, I can get you that ice cream thing that you mentioned tonight as thanks.
Oh, yeah, here comes that face.
Oh,
Just as thanks for all the trouble I've caused today.
yeah. Believe me, I'd love to take you up on that offer, but I've got something on my sked this evening. Maybe some other time.
Damn.
Thanks a lot.
Damn.
Damn.
Rejection. So harsh.
You
so
shoot.
busy.
You shot your shot and you missed.
You miss 100% of the shoots you don't shot, though.
Oh my god, I can't imagine if she's like this for 17 years with this boy. I never got to ask about ice cream. Who wants to take over reading the narration for me a little bit? My voice is getting a little dry. Anybody?
I can read a bit.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, all right. There's a short pause before he cuts the call from his end, and once again, I'm alone with my thoughts. But rather than answers, all I got from it are questions, more of them, one on top of the other, and as if the world isn't planning to give me a break anytime soon. But that's a problem I'll tackle later. Right now, I've got students who need to be taught follies of eavesdropping if the slightly open door and their smothered laughter from inside is an indication.
Are we not concerned about the kid in the locker?
Right. God. Priorities. All right, enough eavesdropping.
It's like, oh, it's not banging.
All of
he
you,
stopped
back
breathing
to
a long
your
time ago. He's fine.
It's like, probably like the kid died from like oxygen asphyxiation or something.
I didn't get any left dead.
Those are his final moments. All right, get back to class, kids.
All right, I'm sorry. Did you say the line, Maria? I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, I did.
All right.
Is that your boyfriend, Miss Gales?
None of your business.
Oh yeah.
You sound like you're lonely.
Look at that back of face.
He totally is not your boyfriend.
Oh my god.
A quick scuffle follows that comment.
How do they know?
If there's a retort prepared at the tip of my tongue, I drop every pretense of letting it loose on them. There's no use arguing with teenagers sometimes, boisterous as they all are. They're still my kids, though. Rough around the edges, maybe, but still my kids. Shaking my head, I head back to my classroom with a smile, but not before taking a glance at the locker again. It hasn't made a sound since.
I guess if it has like the lock on it, yeah, we may not be able to open it, but we could get like the principal to open the locker.
Maybe.
All schools have a lock buster thing that like.
Yeah.
It's either like the lockbuster or they have like the little key slot at the center of that combination,
Yeah.
like a universal one. But other than that,
Whenever they thought, when I was in school, they thought someone might have like drugs. They do a sweep and they'd open all the lockers.
oh god.
Most of them are really old anyway, and not that hard to pry open.
Yeah.
Okay, we're channeling our inner stupid Skyrim guard.
Yeah.
Witness to murder.
Look, I
Must be
used
the
to be a
wind.
student like you, and then I got shot to the knee with student debt.
It's too real.
Okay.
All right.
God damn it, Becky! Open the door.
Yeah, it'll be.
Dead.
Dying in there. God.
It'll be like a rotting, like a completely rotted skeleton by the time anybody finds that body.
Jesus.
So, without another look, I leave it alone.
Ah!
That's what you get.
Blood.
Yeah, because there was a body in there.
Oh, we don't even look. It was in like every locker. What?
That's a scandal.
Like, why did it just flashes that? Like, it was trying to be like a cheap jump scare, right?
It's like Becca's gonna end up being the most oblivious to this ghost out of all the characters.
There's like all these jump scares. We're just not even looking at them.
It's like, I don't believe in ghosts. It's
God,
blood.
even when the body breaks down and starts to smell, they're gonna assume it's like Kush or something. They're just gonna be like, "Ah, dang." Just
There's
really
like
smoking
this,
weed
there's some really dank rotting weed in here.
Oh my god. All in all, the entire school day ends without a hitch.
Oh shit.
It could have gone better, mind you, but with the exams nearing, getting out of work before the sun is set looks as though it's a far-off dream for now. At least until they're over. Then we have the holidays to look forward to. There really are times when you simply take what you can get for the time being.
Nothing wrong with that.
All I'm hoping for is this will continue until the whole day ends. There's still that promise I made to Ashton, and frankly, the idea alone doesn't sound good. If Isabella didn't talk to them, what makes them think she'll talk to me? It's not like there's a hierarchy, is there? Just because I can handle Isabella's childish tendencies doesn't mean I can do it all the time.
Really? Those two give me too much credit.
Nevertheless, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, if only because I'm worried about her. And both Zachary and Ashton deem it important that somebody get the story out of her. Here's to hoping it's got nothing to do with that letter, again. I understand if she feels a bit stressed lately, but keeping that story going on for more than a week is... It's bound to get tiring at one point. Seriously, I really don't want this to end in another argument. God willing, the cafe special will help smoothen things out. After all, it's always been food with her. Or money. But mostly food.
Ha ha ha.
Just ellipses at her own thoughts. At this hour, the cafe is usually filled to the brim with people. That's the reason Isabella and I rarely ever go here during the evenings. It's simply too much of a hassle when we can prepare food ourselves in the comfort of our homes, and there really isn't much reason to eat out lately. What with life going on a busy streak,
And you know the Rona.
COVID, yeah.
no time for long lines. Better spend that doing something productive. Yes?
I'm curious if they wrote that line because they couldn't afford to write more people in this scene.
They're like, I can't finish this. This is a little too ironic.
It's like, wait, you want me to like make like 8 more people in this scene? Fuck that.
Every single person who like comes in here has the same observation. They're just like, yeah, weird. Not that many people in the cafe this time either. That's very weird.
They also look they look like mannequins. Like they got the basic outlines with the 2 finished to draw the faces. They look like,
I don't know. Like the people in this cafe are really strange. They don't have mouths or noses.
They're probably
They
like
look like cardboard
the
cutouts. It
they're
looks
probably like
regularly
the.
dangling
Is that a
rope edge.
satanic chinchilla painting, like on the wall next to that bite?
I thought that was a. Is it a chinchilla? Hold on.
It's like a chinchilla with like a cross on the head.
Oh yeah, I
mean,
see
it's not
the
a
ears now.
cat.
I see the ears. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm looking real close to it. It looks like it's holding an apple or something, but it has a cross in its forehead for some reason.
Right, and it's wearing like business slacks or something.
Who the hell took the time to make that?
It's like sitting.
It's like just imagine like, what do we need a painting right here particularly? Like, let's just put some like weird
Yeah,
thing for someone to use it.
Right next to the bikes and the ship steering wheel, yeah.
This is a really weird like.
Really ties the room together.
Yeah. Also, that's pretty expensive for a cappuccino. Oh, well, maybe it's like a Starbucks equivalent. Maybe with that Starbucks thing. But anyways,
Yeah, that's pretty much Starbucks prices.
yeah. So yeah, these probably are like the Wii Fit people. So let's keep going.
Lucky there isn't one tonight.
Only few people are idling around the counter. 4 of them, in fact. A woman in her 60s and a teenager busy with this phone. Both are just waiting to be served their orders.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Oh! Ah!
That kid's
sorry.
head is so disproportionate.
Wait, yeah!
Ah!
Look like that.
Is she standing like on a box?
Luke
Oh,
is
yeah,
very
she's the
short.
No, that's a real height.
Why the
a
fuck
stick's
why the
head.
fuck am I babysitting this
Ah,
kindergarten?
we've passed
your-
5 head.
That's your goddaughter.
Damn.
Show some respect.
Alright.
No, I won't.
The other 2, a posh-looking man and a child, who I immediately recognize as Kylie, appear to have not yet picked anything that they want. For some reason, my stare lingers at the guy. Though dressed relatively well and looks harmless, I haven't seen him around these parts before.
He probably calls her
Never.
Goosebox.
Someone new in the neighborhood, perhaps. Harmless while looking like freaking Malfoy from Harry Potter. Even so, there's something familiar in him. It feels like I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. That also begs the question of why Kylie is with him.
Dreamer alert.
Of course, the girl easily takes a liking to anyone who buys her sweets, so... Yeah, stranger danger. It's both a bit worrisome and unsurprising. The blonde bloke doesn't look particularly thrilled with the company, though. I tear my eyes away from them soon enough once the guy at the counter appears, ready to take my order. That, and I'd also hate to be accused of ogling strangers.
2, evening special, takeout, upside down, extra hot.
He's already
All
pushing.
I'm sorry, I just realized something. That's probably like an employee hazard with that coffee sign like swinging back and forth. Like it's not like.
Oh yeah, that's not stable. That doesn't look like it's supposed to do that.
Like, it looks like it's gonna fall on top of this guy who's just like, God damn it, it's perfect. Or maybe he's just standing.
Yeah, like fix it. We don't have a ladder.
Constantly waiting, death, sweet embrace.
I like to imagine like this is my only way out to take advantage of that Affleck insurance.
It's okay. No one fixes him. That's not a real person. That's a mannequin. He's already punching the order before I can even finish. Saying my order out loud is really more for formality's sake than made out of habit. He's known Isabella and I long enough that if we ever drop by here, he already knows it's always because I'm buying dinner for the two of us. I rarely visit here alone if I can help it, but Isabella sometimes can be a bad influence. He gives me a small smile before leaving to prepare my order, while I fish for my wallet when...
Oh no. Mr. President.
I think it's Justin.
Mr. President.
Justin, it's your boy.
You might be busy.
Boy, or do you...
Oh, I guess.
Look, you little ankle biter. If I buy you the biggest parfait they have, will you please behave?
I don't know that's how you treated children, but okay.
I'm sorry, I spent 3 hours on this goddamn issue, and it has not been fixed. So, fuck my behavior. I would just like 5, no, 10 minutes of peace and quiet.
You said you'll get me some bread pudding this time.
Oh, well, yeah, well, darling, they said they ran out of it. Just pick another one so we can be on our way.
The parfait doesn't look as cute as the one Mama bought me.
Parfait is just ice cream, sweetheart. It'll melt no matter how dainty it appears. In the end, it'll all look like an ugly puddle.
Hush.
Damn.
Damn, you
Now
should...
come on, just pick one. It could even be the most expensive one on this list. I don't give a shit.
Aw, you don't say
Oh
that.
no.
To be fair, would you really be patient with this girl? She is terrible.
That's me.
I don't really know anything about her.
A good little girl.
You
Who talks to ghosts.
She looks weird. Her
She
voice
looks like
acting
an
is
alien,
shit.
kind of.
She has had no good impact on the plot, and the fan base hates her.
Ow!
I'm gonna give her a chance.
Hey, Justin, you should get stressed from work more often. I like this vibe of you so far.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if you could just channel production
Step over
issues more
our
often,
movement,
that would be...
I'm just kidding, man. I don't want that for you. It'd probably be bad for your like mental and blood pressure health. All right, anyways.
Oh, what I would give for someone to buy you off my hands right now.
How do I fix that black market again?
Oh God, no.
Oh, what? My whole attention instantly snaps back to them and their conversation. Jumping to conclusions isn't something I'm particularly fond of, especially when all I have are baseless assumptions. But you can't really trust a stranger these days. No one around the cafe seems to have noticed his words either. Very suspicious words.
Almost as if they're all cardboard cutouts.
Still, I don't move. But my hand has already shifted from my wallet to the book I'm carrying. A hardbound textbook. Looks harmless, but if a situation calls for it, it might be a good deadly weapon. Oh, wow.
Gonna bludgeon somebody?
Mate. I haven't gotten the chance to try it anywhere so far.
I mean, textbooks are pretty dense and heavy, so it could be used
They
as a
are,
weapon.
they are.
Today could be the day that somebody gets bludgeoned with a textbook.
But you promised the bread pudding.
Look, if you don't want a parfait, how about a banana fee pie? I'm sure it tastes just as good as any other bread pudding. I'll even buy you the entire tray. How does that sound?
Oh my god. It's gonna stuff her and eat her.
That's not what you said before.
Well, sweetheart, adults change their minds sometimes, and everyone hates you anyway.
You said if I come with you, you'll buy me a bread pudding, and I did, and now you won't keep your promise. You're the worst. I want to go home. I miss Mama.
No, darling, if I remember correctly, and I have a good memory, honey, what I said was, if you come quietly with me,
Good lord.
I might buy you one. The quiet part didn't happen. Though now that I'm sober, I think this is a bad idea. And
Holy
I should
shit.
give you something
Oh my god.
quiet.
Oh, that's it.
It's clever and done.
No hesitation. In a few paces, he's within my reach, and without warning, I'm slamming the flat area of the book against his skull.
What the fuck?
Rest in peace.
That's assault.
There's a cry of pain, followed by him instantly crouching down, hands nursing the sore spot. Almost comically, if this were a different situation and the safety of St. Goretti student isn't at stake, I'll probably feel sorry for him. I mean, has anyone seen how thick this book is?
Thick.
Get behind me, Kylie.
Miss Pink, you assaulted Goddaddy.
Oh god.
It's amusing how fast her expression changes from the pouty one earlier to something that of utter delight upon seeing me bludgeon this posh-looking man. But there's no time for pleasantries, not even a quick ones, because soon the man straightens and I'm readying my favorite newfound weapon for another hit.
Oh, you have a book? Well, I have my steely eyes of doom.
Oh no.
Well, I guess it's over. Except this time he's ready, and before I can land another one, his hand shoots up to catch my wrist in a firm hold.
Oh shit.
Dun 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 dun.
Good lord.
Oh my gosh, it's music. And the look in his face.
Bloody hell, woman! What's your
He's
problem?
kidnapper now.
To say he's pissed would be a complete understatement. Had I been the weak-willed sort, I'd probably cower under this sharp gaze. But that simply isn't how I roll. If he thinks he can scare me and do as he pleases here, just because I'm a woman, or whatever his reasons may be, he's got another thing coming for him. So instead, I return to him with the same intensity, with the same venom.
What's my problem? You're the one who has the problem here. Rotten ball bags like you don't deserve the freedom to roam this town. What are you doing to this girl?
And why is that any of your business, pray tell?
Oh, it's my business if I make it to be. Now, release me or I'll call the police.
Oh, you think that scares me, Daisy?
Why does he call all women flowers?
I have a name, you sleazy douchebag.
It's Bitch, right? Oh, I'm sure.
I noticed his name keeps changing.
I know it
Great.
does. Yeah.
His grip on my hand only tightens when I attempt to shake it off. Its tone may be dripping with anger and sarcasm, but the gleam in his eyes says it all. He's getting a kick out of this.
Oh, I forgot he likes women to
His
put up a
irises
fight.
are shaking. Do y'all see
Oh
that?
yeah, right.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, right. He likes women
Who bash him over the head.
Oh yeah, hit me again.
hit me, baby, one more time.
Here,
God
it's
damn
just like,
it.
he just like takes the book and hands her a whip, and it's like, this will be better. No.
Hold on. Wait, before you do, let me put on the ball gag.
Riley,
My
The child
loneliness
right there.
is killing me.
don't worry about doing it right here in the restaurant in Bridge. It'll be fine. All right,
I must
Riley.
confess, I still believe.
The more people around, the better. Riling people up, getting on their nerves, invading their personal space. He knows exactly what and which buttons to push. The nerve of this person. The nerve of this arsehole. If he thinks I'm giving in, if he thinks I'm going to give in to this goading, please, he might as well just kiss his sorry behind.
All right.
In fact, why not do the most sensible thing right now? Teach him a tough lesson.
Shout for how it feels if we hit him again. That's how we're gonna get arrested for assault.
Hit him
Because
where
he
it hurts.
technically isn't a kidnapper.
All right, 1 for 1.
But she doesn't know that.
Hit him where it hurts.
All right.
Shout for how I feel like we're
2
gonna get
for
arrested.
1.
Maybe different.
2 for 1.
So yeah, hit him where it hurts. Like,
All right,
Look,
3 for 1.
This is
vote
the
for
only
one.
chance in the game where we're going to be able to improve our relationship with this guy and hurt him at the same time.
oh wait, yeah, with the first option, would he like that?
He's probably into CBT. Let's be
Oh, God.
honest.
All right. So is that 4 votes for hit him where it hurts? Because it's majority.
Yeah, I think I'm sticking with.
All right. Democracy has spoken. Let's whip this bad boy into shape.
Mister, you have until the count of 5 to let me go and step out of my personal space.
A fair warning. Fairer than any I can offer for people of his kind, and I'm already being considerate. Hell, this arsehole doesn't even deserve a warning. If he doesn't listen, well, he's as much responsible for what will happen next as anyone.
Else what?
Oh God, that face.
Good lord.
Such vulgar words coming out of that pretty mouth. A gorgeous flower like you shouldn't even be saying.
Don't say I didn't warn you, ball bag.
Love that intensity, Daisy. FYI, I like feisty in a woman. It gives them this certain charm.
Oh god, I hate this so much.
Why don't you?
5.
A second of silence.
Ah, yeah.
Then, without any
No
preamble,
one has moved.
my leg moves in one fluid motion and delivers a swift, powerful, well-placed kick to his nether regions.
Okay.
What did
What
I
is
do
this?
to deserve?
Needless to say, the effect is
Rating it.
instantaneous. He yelps, abruptly drops his hold on me, and kneels over, howling from the pain. I could see tears forming at the corner of his eyes too, though the mere sight of it prompts not an ounce of remorse from me as I drink from them.
I just like the fact that the people behind him was like, "Yep, this is just another Tuesday night."
It's like, yeah, whatever.
Starving.
Like, meanwhile,
I want to see your relationship chart.
Oh god, I'm curious too.
Well,
Actually, I think it shrunk because I think he draws a
Oh,
line
no.
at you kicking him in the balls.
yeah.
Oh no.
oh,
I
It went
mean,
down.
I guess it,
Oh.
it went up because
Oh,
we
well.
hit him first, and then I mean, still fuck Luke. But anyways,
Wouldn't fuck him actually.
I mean, not like that, but you know what I mean by that exaggeration.
Well, you know, yeah, double. I'm okay with it if it doesn't improve the relationship with him. I'm just glad we got to kick him in the nuts.
Yeah. Well, the game allows you to kick him in the nuts.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
what did I do to deserve this?
For being a dick. All right, better than that. Let's see. You already read this. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I did
Okay.
that. I already drank his tears. I would have been gentler if he isn't such a dirty little prick with an ego too big for his head. Too bad. Whether this obliterates any chance of him ever procreating remains to be known, but a part of me is already praying he doesn't ever breed after this.
Oh God.
We love eugenics, baby.
Hey, I would agree with that if it means I don't have any children like Kylie.
Oh, God.
Damn. We have no
Damn.
need of more of him in this world.
Need more men.
You mad woman! What the fuck?
Oh, sorry. I warned you, you arse.
wouldn't have wished that on my worst enemy! This is harassment! I'm telling you, harassment and assault! I could have you jailed for this!
Then why don't you tell it to the police once they get here?
I own the police, woman.
Oh, no.
You despicable. Whatever you're assuming I am, I'll have you know it's all in your head. None of it is true. Not even me getting a kick out of grabbing you.
Oh, wow. He gaslights.
Damn.
You best have that pretty brain of yours checked before that gets worse. What is wrong with you? Is this the face of someone who do anything suspicious?
Yeah.
Especially compared to this child over here? Like, who's more suspicious?
You don't
me
think
or
a stranger
Kylie?
luring an innocent child with promises of sweets before whisking them away from their parents doesn't warrant any suspicion?
While being
Innocent-
drunk.
You have a very funny definition of suspicious, arsehole. Maybe you're the one who should have that head of yours checked.
Kid asked me to buy her sweets. And she is a serial killer, I'll have you know. She has
No,
killed
I'm not.
4 people. Yes, you are. You're the one who's suspicious here. You have killed 4 people. And I'll have you know, I have a wife.
What?
What's that with anything?
Oh, sorry. That much, at least, appears to have a sliver of truth to it. He even makes a show of brandishing his left hand in my face with much flourish.
Oh, wow.
Sure enough, a wedding ring is there, although that earned him, all that earned him is an unimpressed glare from me.
That makes all the flirting with me like better now.
I just like the idea is like, here, I'm gonna show you off. I'm a married man. Huh. It's like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no way that I could
someone actually
just
did that.
treat-
Did that when I went to a video game bar and this like redneck guy was hitting on this hot British woman. Yeah, it was.
It's okay because I'm married already. Like, what?
And his wife was accompanying him. To be fair, too. But-
Damn. Oh, that's gross. That's gross. Someone save her.
Yeah.
Immediately, a small part of me starts to feel sorry for whatever poor woman married this sod.
I feel
She should
sorry
go
for
start
you, too.
she should go start a harem somewhere. I don't understand why he has to bring her up either, as if the mention of her alone will magically present a solution to his problem.
Say, whatever.
She must truly be a remarkable woman if she can handle a dirtbag like him.
I'm fabulous, thank you.
And even my wife of all people in this bloody city has never, I'm telling you, accused me of such a scandalous thing. You crazy bitch.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Married or not, you're still a sleaze. Honestly, I feel.
Oh, shit.
Why are you fighting with me, Tio?
The music is back to normal. Whatever words still left to be said here dies on my tongue. The same thing goes for the sleaze.
I think that means uncle and
Yeah.
Right.
Beside us stands Kylie, gawking at us with the same curious stare she often brings with her. I know that look all too well. A precocious child through and through.
I like how she's casually like, oh, you kick him in the nads. Why are you fighting him? It's like,
She doesn't say anything further. Her gaze simply moves between us, eyeing us both carefully, clearly anticipating an answer. From my experience, when it gets like this with children her age, it's a sure sign they won't leave you until you've given them an answer they're satisfied with.
She is rocking that DreamWorks face.
yeah.
Lying won't do either. It has dissolved into a shouting match, for heaven's sake. And did she just say Dio?
Oh my god, her eyes are so disproportionate to like Luke's eyes.
God,
Yeah, her eyes
What
are
is up?
huge!
like Kylie's character design is horrible.
It's like,
Who the fuck
I'm
designed
supposed to
it?
be cute. Chibi.
It looks terrible.
Ouch.
oh god. Like imagine if you like were to like lift her bangs, it's just be a giant forehead and just like,
That's all I can think of.
like, oh god. I feel like whoever paid this person to do this didn't.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we need to put in this cute little girl. It's like, oh, how much time I got? Like, in less than a week. What?
Well, it was just like a different artist that they got last minute, and they were like, "Do you have anything I could reference so I could at least get the eyes right?" No, just do it. Just do it.
Wait, we need one more
No
character.
character sheet, no nothing.
No,
You're
just
gonna have her
just
next
go.
to another human being. Then
Just
you
make
have
her to
emotions,
a
right?
little cute schoolgirl. That's all you have to do. Like
We need-
animate.
yeah,
Literally
just one
attacked
more.
right now, thank you.
Just
One more
animate.
character, please.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's that's just one of the many reasons why the fan base does not like Kylie.
Wow.
Like she's easily the least popular character in this game.
I mean, I probably would like forgive it if they were to shrunk her size, maybe like 15%, and it would be less noticeable. But that's just me.
Not even her whole size. Just sorry, you said eyes. Yeah, shrink the eyes, shrink the entire head, bring the forehead down a little bit. Maybe make her less blue.
It makes me-
I don't know why, but that bothers me.
It's like she's like a bobblehead, you know? It's just like,
yeah, a
Exactly.
Funko Pop.
all right,
Yeah.
other than that, let's keep going.
Something falls straight to the pit of my stomach at that. But my tone is gentle when I finally address her, void of any apprehension of what might be the first hints of embarrassment. I pointedly ignore the latter. It can very well be just the hunger speaking.
Kylie, sweetie, do you know this oaf?
Yeah, he's Tio Luke.
You,
Right at the moment, my brain stops.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistake.
PIFU.
Every line of thought, every argument I still have against the man besides me dissipates in a haze. Amidst all of it, one memory gets triggered from a few days ago.
Tio, the one you mentioned before, the uncle, the guy Rowan wanted to impress, or is that a dare? I'm sorry, I can't recall. Is it the one who promised he'll take Big Brother someplace cool?
oops, sorry.
Yeah, the one in the name. Don't you know who he is? He's famous.
Oops.
I sure as hell don't, darling. Because if I do, I wouldn't have let everything I've said earlier come out of my mouth.
He's my Tio Luke, gazillionaire extraordinaire, and my the fairy godfather. In all ways of fairy godfather.
Oh, he's your godfather. That's nice.
I was gonna say, yeah, Tio can sometimes like not be direct family. Sometimes in Spanish.
The one and only. Did I get that right, Tio?
No, you didn't. And then I just kick her out the door.
Jesus.
Like Fiago
Well,
kicker.
bye.
Bye bye. Never
It-
to contact me again, Kylie.
It also doesn't help that he's got like the Dio expression, like the Kono Dio da.
Totally does.
Yeah. It'd be real funny if he just changed his hair and then he would like, it was me, Dio, all along. And then he just shoots force lightning at everybody.
Oh god.
Just give him like an orange, green, and like black suit instead, and you could fool me.
Roller!
All right, let's continue.
More than right, sweetheart. I'm sure Miss Pink here understood everything you said quite perfectly.
Whatever it is that landed at the bottom of my stomach prior has shot straight into my face and stayed there. The heat from it slowly spreading to my cheeks, coloring my face in almost the same shade as my hair. If only the earth would swallow me whole here and now. His eyes are on me. I can feel them, jeering and mocking. I can't even bring myself to look at him. What's in there? Amusement? I doubt it. He's probably having the time of his life right now. But I know. I can hear the sneer in his tone alone when he talks. He has that smug grin on him. That smug shit-eating grin.
Oh god.
Which I may or may not want to punch off his face at present, just for the hell of it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
But damage control. Pumpkin spice latte?
Pug space latte, please. All right. Who we gonna apologize to? Should we fuck
Apologize to Luke.
So
Kylie doesn't seem upset.
Oh,
I don't mind kicking your uncle. I see that my Tia does it sometimes to him. It's like,
Oh no.
other than that. Alright, so who else wanted to be on the apologize to Luke train?
I mean, like, Kylie isn't on the relationships chart.
I almost feel like I'm kind of leaning towards apologizing to Kylie and just pretending Luke doesn't exist.
Honestly,
actually-
same.
Oh, that is an
I
alpha
also
move.
apologize to Kylie.
Alright, 3.
That
what
is
a power
that is big brain move right there.
So 3 for Kylie. Who I think I only got 1 for Luke. Still 1 more for to get majority vote for Kylie. Anybody?
Well, Ed, what do you want to do?
Well, I like to force people to go on the tiebreaker and make things roll, like so we can repeat the 10-minute debate like we did last time. But you know,
No, let's not repeat
no.
that again.
Apologize to Kylie.
all right. Democracy has spoken, and that is hashtag fuck Luke.
Respect your president, goddammit!
Of course, an apology is the most appropriate thing to say. But no matter how much I will myself to do it, my own body refuses to budge, my own mouth refuses to open, and my head rejects the very idea of looking at him. No apology for an arsehole. Not to someone with an ego too big for his head. Let his pride suffer. I'm not going to eat my words for the sake of stroking his damn ego. Less reason for him to gloat. Kylie, however, I owe an explanation.
Don't worry, Kylie. I'm not fighting with your Tio. This is just a discussion. A very serious discussion between a very mature adult and one that's not.
Really? But I've never seen Tail
Oh, he's
angry before.
pissed. That's because he's losing the argument.
I just wanted to show him my book up really close to his face.
But don't ever follow his example, Kylie. You should always learn to be patient, even if things aren't going your way, okay?
Oh, sure. A discussion involves hitting random strangers you meet at a cafe with a book. A hard-bound book. Mind you, the little me hasn't recovered yet.
God damn it.
TMI.
I
If
hate
my
that film
future
so much.
generation never survived from this, we are going to have more than words, you cunt.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's spice.
I covered Kylie's ears before you could say that. I don't allow Kylie to hear his tirade and cover both of her ears with my hands. As fond as she is of the man, there are words he shouldn't be saying to in front of a child. How can you not know about that? More importantly, how on earth did someone like him become a godfather? Who allowed it? Maybe I should talk to Miss Suarez about it. Warn her how he's not a good influence for her children.
Language! How could you use such crude words in front of her? Your goddaughter can hear you, for heaven's sake.
Oh, I can fix that, and then he just throws her out again.
Good lord.
Just like lifts her, pulls her over like that one meme.
No,
the guy with the
just
microphone.
yeets her out of there.
He just like
Punch her like a
he just like
football.
cocks his arm and throws her like a football right through the window.
Kylie just eats. Oh, I heard you correct. If I remember correctly, you called me a rotten boy.
So you're going to repeat it in front of her? Just to make a point? What? Are you 5? Even 5-year-olds are more sensible than you.
Even Isabella, I could say that with much certainty.
Even 5-year-olds are more sensible than you.
Oh my god, he's doing the repeating piece of shit.
See what I mean?
Oops, sorry. Kylie!
Kylie!
You fighting again?
Oh, no. Like I said, we were just having a discussion. We're actually done now.
Yeah, don't mind
Sounds like a lie.
don't mind the kitchen knives pointing at each other. It's just we're having a discussion.
But you need to promise Miss Pink you will never grow up to be like this guy. Good kids don't do what he's doing.
But I like Tio when he's rich.
And I'm quite sure Tio likes you too. but liking people is different. Just because you like him doesn't mean you have to be like him.
Oh no.
There are better role models for you aside from him.
Like you?
Hell yes.
You're lonely and
Not
rich.
exactly what I'm trying to get at, but if that's what you want, I don't see why not.
Okay, I want to be like Missing Pink one day. I want to be a teacher, but not alone.
Okay.
I promise that I won't be like Tio, even if he is a gazillionaire, which is desirable. Teachers are broke.
Ala.
Oh no. What? What's that?
Turning my own goddaughter against me. How mature of you, Miss Pink.
His tone makes me pause. For the first time since this talk started, I look at him. Briefly, something flashes behind his eyes, something close to what might be an expectation falling? Dismay? I can't be so sure. It passes almost as soon as it appears. What's that about? Does he actually like having Kylie around?
No, I don't. Save me!
It doesn't seem like it from the get-go, but if that fond smile on him is anything to judge by, then maybe?
It's a lie!
Don't worry, Tio. If you buy me all the bread pudding tonight, I'll like you again.
No, don't
Well,
go
we
for
can
the
do that,
bribe. Don't.
Ah, if that's all it takes, consider it done, sweetheart.
Fool.
We might have to find another place to buy it from, though. I swear, the bathrooms in here stink. Somewhere safe, where a random crazy woman isn't going to attack us out of the blue, like a tsundere. So, let's go.
Okay. Bye, Miss Pink. I still like you, just not more than Tio anymore, because he's got money and is rich. See you.
She's
I'm
so
going to go.
right.
I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa!
So I'm just curious where we left off on the relationship with him after that.
Yeah, sure.
I think it
really
Oh,
bad.
super low.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You know, not gonna lie, that was kind of a dick move on our part. We
It really
bashed him over the
was.
head with a book and then we turned his own goddaughter on him.
That's
So good job, everybody.
good job, everybody. We're on the path of the negative train of Luke's
Wait,
side.
how far can we take this negative bar? Can we get it empty?
No, I don't think you can get it empty, but you can get it really low. But I don't think there's really
Dang.
any real I'm not sure if there's any real consequences for
I think Luke
Rebecca.
shoots you at some point.
No, I looked it up. He does not do that.
I just want to scare people with that. All right. Anyway.
Oh god, it's the Bakugo is dead meme all over again.
All
Okay,
right.
so
Oh no.
we're-
Kylie's already pulling him to the cafe's exit before I can protest on it. Although it's not like there's anything to object on further. I may view that man, Luke, as someone hateful, maybe to the point of seeing him as an eyesore, but I don't think that'll have any bearing on what the child thinks of him. When you think about it, if she admires him so much like that, then maybe there's still something agreeable in him.
This child's a demon. Save me!
Oh god.
Yeah. a part of him only Kylie sees. Or maybe she's just irredeemable, I don't know. He still has the gall to wink at me before they both disappear behind the door, so maybe not really. However, there's no moment to ponder about it. Seconds later, the guy at the counter waves me over and hands me a paper bag as soon as I've paid. He offers me another smile before I leave. Normally, I return it simply for the sake of returning it, or I don't at all, with the latter happening more commonly. For the time being, I do so freely. After that encounter and the scene we've caused, seeing a friendly gesture being extended to me, albeit from a person I barely know on a personal level, it feels like a reassurance, despite bearing no promise of better days. Is that him basically saying, that asshole deserved it?
I'm just more
That's
surprised
how I
that.
take it. Yeah, really
Yeah.
gave you up and like,
I'm just more impressed with the fact that none of the staff or the patrons like oh, it's just another altercation.
Have you seen these patrons? They are dolls. They are literal dolls.
They're
Sorry,
not
we
real.
can't do
They look like
anything.
cardboard cutouts.
They aren't gonna do shit.